Rodrigo.
Tudo bem?
Tudo certo.
Oi, Carol, tudo bom? E aí, meu filho, nós já vamos começar, já vamos só esperar o pessoal ir entrando. Vai ser bem tranquilo. E hoje a gente vai falar das suas experiências na Austrália. Vai ser muito legal, quero saber tudo.
Vamos lá, tô todo enferrujado, hein? Faz um ano que eu não faço inglês direito.
Imagina, todo mundo comete erro, é isso que a gente tem que aprender primeiro. Carol, você está de volta nos Estados Unidos já ou você está no Brasil ainda? Acho que você voltou já, né? Então, Bruno, vai ser muito legal. Assim, o número de pessoas, as pessoas que entram são bastante brasileiros, gente de fora, sabe? Então, a gente tem que começar a falar inglês porque às vezes eles não entendem e algumas partes eu falo em português por causa das pessoas que estão aqui.
Let's go.
Entendeu? I think we should start because people are coming soon. But it's a pleasure to have you here today. And the main fact that I brought you here is because you have lived down under for so many years. And I want you to tell your experiences to people. What have you done there? But first and foremost, let me introduce you. You were my student for 2 or 3 years. We were neighbors a long time. It was really great. You have the same age that my wife has. Actually, the three of us are friends. And what I want to say is that Bruno, I have seen Bruno grow because we were at the same group of friends all the time, you know, and I had the opportunity to be his teacher for 2 or 2.5 years. And then we went part ways because Bruno went to study, went to college. But Bruno, before we begin, tell me, what's your major now? What did you study in college?
Sorry, the last question
What did you study
was
in
interrupted
college?
by the internet.
What did you study in college?
Oh, I studied business administration.
Okay. Focused on international affairs?
No, it was general business administration, yeah.
Okay, and then tell me about your Down Under experience. For people who don't know, Down Under is Australia. Tell me how it happened.
As my friend from a long time, you know that I had the dream to live abroad on my teen years, but I couldn't had it before. So when I realized that was possible, and I needed it to the next steps of my career, I decided to leave my job in Londrina, where I were a industrial manager for a consumer goods industry for oral care products, and I was at the high point of my career at that stage. So I decided to sell my things and to grab all the money that I had, and I decided to give me this experience.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, this was for my plans were just for 6 months to study English in Australia, and before 3 months before my departure, I started date my wife, and I invited her to join me in this journey. So I went to Australia in September 17, and she arrived there in December. When our studies were finishing, we decided to give us a little more time there, to to live as a Australian. So try to start a new life there
Mm-hmm.
and understand better if it was for us to move it definitively. So to become a citizen of Australia. So I didn't want it to. I didn't want to do the things straight away. I decided um, to try first.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, as you asked me before, I studied business administration here in Brazil, and I had two post graduations in controllership and finance, and an MBA in strategic management.
Wow.
So, and I had good opportunities here. As I said,
Mm-hmm.
I was at the high point of my career at that time. So it was really difficult for me to start again in Australia, because
Yeah.
when you start living abroad, all the things you have here, your friends, your network, um, even your curriculum, that's no matter how better is your CV, you have to start from the zero, from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, we did lots of cleaning jobs. I delivered lots of food riding my bike.
Mm-hmm.
That's not wrong with that, but I was looking for some opportunities in my area.
Mm-hmm.
So I started a project of business consultants there,
Mm-hmm.
trying to help Brazilian entrepreneurs that had that has their business there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some jobs using this,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but after 1 year and 10 months,
Mm-hmm.
we have finished our studies. Gabi had studied uh, childhood education, something like that, because he is a pedagoga here in Brazil.
All right.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I studied project management.
All right.
Um, it was like a technical project
I'm
management.
laughing because you said project manager, and I have a student here, Diego, I assume. I saw his name here, and he's probably watching. And he's also a project manager. But Bruno, let me ask you something. I saw you telling your story. What was the most difficult thing for you and for your wife when you got to Australia? What did you miss the most? And what do you think was the hardest period that you had in Australia?
I think the hardest thing that we had during our journey was to live alone.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we had each other, we missed a lot our friends,
Mm-hmm.
our families. Uh, it was incredible because sometimes you just bump on another Brazilian at the supermarket,
Yeah.
and the another day, the next day, you are the best friends in Australia.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it started so fast and quick there because everybody has the same aches, the same problems. So
Mm-hmm.
and for me, the worst part was the I couldn't join my area. I couldn't find a job. I couldn't be recognized like I used to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So professionally, everywhere I was uh, invited or considered as a good professional, as
Mm-hmm.
a reliable professional.
Mm-hmm.
So with strong results. in everything that I have done during all my career.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was the worst part to
Mm-hmm.
live abroad. So
Mm-hmm.
it had a huge
Mm-hmm.
hate in my decision to
Yeah.
return to Brazil.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you something, because when you are inside the plane, when you are on the plane, then you have the idea of it's only me, myself, and I. That's the name of the movie. But when you are on the plane for Australia, what was the first thought that came to your mind?
I was enjoying everything,
Okay.
uh, and
Okay.
I realized when I got there,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and during our classes a few years ago, and I still studying for many years in Londrina as well,
Mm-hmm.
before go to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So when I arrived there, I realized that it was really, really much harder than I expected, because they had slangs, they had the oh, I forgot the
Expression,
word,
slangs. Yeah.
slangs and sotaque,
Yeah. Accent.
accent. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so horrible. It, yeah, and it take me a while
Yeah.
to start understanding better and
Mm-hmm.
to keep some connection and
Because
communication with
because
them.
Australian English is a mixture of British English and American English. So they say September, good day, mate, and they mixture American English with British English. So I think that's why you felt that the accent was very heavy for you. And when,
Yeah.
but let me ask you one thing that I think is very important. So you told me something that's very interesting. When you found some Brazilian at the supermarket, you became best friends the next. There was a huge community of Brazilians in Australia that you met or not?
Yes, yes.
Mm.
After starting my business consultants project there, I started looking around, and I found I think that just for Brazilian students we have 100,000 Brazilians in Australia, or
Mm-hmm.
10,000 Brazilian students just in Queensland,
Mm.
where I was living. I was living in Brisbane, near to Gold Coast. So there, as we had uh, the weather is so similar with ours here, as we have the same line in
Mm-hmm.
the globe. So the Brazilian community there is huge.
Yeah.
Sometimes you walking around at the public spaces at the street, on the street, you find Brazilians everywhere.
Where did you live there actually? Only one place or many places? Down
I
under.
lived in Brisbane. I lived in Brisbane.
Yeah.
It's the capital of Queensland
Yeah.
state,
Yeah.
the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. Did you visit other places like Sydney? Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Before I returned to Brazil,
uh-huh.
we went to Melbourne, and we drove through the Great Ocean Road. Was a beautiful, beautiful scene,
Mm-hmm.
in the environment in Australia, it's unique. So
Okay.
it's really beautiful.
Let me just tell you
Um,
something. We were talking on the phone some days ago, and I told you that my career has changed because of an interview that I've done. And exactly now, this person is here, American English. This guy, Brent Watson, is watching you. And let me introduce you, Brent. This is Bruno Danello, his student. he was my student, not my student anymore, but he lived in Australia for how many years, Bruno? Did you live there?
1 year and 10 months.
Yeah. And did you think that living there for 1 year and 10 months, it helped you to improve your English a lot? Or did you learn
Yes,
a lot of slangs? How was?
yes, sure,
Uh-huh.
sure. I think that it is still my second language, as we were saying before.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that the main thing for me in my English development, my
Mm-hmm.
English skills development,
Yeah.
where that I don't need to be perfect to have fluency.
Yeah.
So even the Australians
Mm-hmm.
has lots of they don't have a perfect English.
Of course.
So uh, and grammatically and they do
Mm-hmm.
they does lots of mistakes and
Mm-hmm.
it's like uh, saying about the accent that they have lots you can compare with the Brazilians from Nordeste and Brazilians from South. You
Yeah.
have lots of accents, different accents there.
Mm-hmm. We have a question here. Brent asks, what is the biggest difference between Brazil and Australia?
In fact, we used to joke with this and to have fun with this topic because we used to say that Australia is the Brazil that has done the things right
Yeah.
and that has success
Mm-hmm.
because we had weather are similar, so people are easygoing. They are really uh, um, well. How can I say anfitriões, Rodrigo?
Uh, they are good guests, you know?
Yeah, and so they are funny. They are relaxed people, and I think that we have lot many things in common.
Yeah.
But we have one thing that is really different. That is the political maturity
Mm-hmm.
and how the like an English colony. They has um, they are really right with everything.
Mm-hmm.
They respect the lines. They respect the traffic
They
lights
follow the
and
rules. They
the
follow the rules.
signs. Yeah,
Yeah.
they follow the rules. That they
They do
are really
things by the book.
polite with everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the huge difference
Yeah.
between Brazilian and they are equals. We don't have poor and
Yeah.
rich people. They are the same people.
Yeah.
And it don't matter if you have money or if you don't. So
Everybody's
they
on the
respect
same
you as
level,
well.
you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's on the same level. And I know that you're very close to your family. And I believe that one of the facts that made you come back to Brazil was family. But
Yes.
did you have the opportunity to receive somebody from your family in Australia when you were there?
No, no.
No?
Unfortunately, we couldn't at that time afford
Mm-hmm.
the trip for everybody to go and visit us
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have my grandpa was sick and my mom had to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to return to stay close and to help as well with these things,
Mm-hmm.
our familiar things. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any plans for coming back to Australia or not for now?
Not for now. I think that I will return there someday
Mm-hmm.
and to New Zealand as well because It's a beautiful place. I've been there just for 1 week before I return to Brazil. Um, and now I think that is time to settle down here, and to start my own family with my wife, to have kids, and after that maybe try another round
Mm-hmm.
out of Brazil. Maybe
And
Canada, maybe Australia again, or New Zealand. I
yeah,
don't know. I don't have
yeah.
fixed plans for this now.
You always have had actually wanderlust, right? Passion for
Yeah,
traveling. Yeah. And I think everybody does. Mostly this year, now that we are uh, facing many new things, when we have the chance to travel. And I think that traveling, when we travel, I like to say that nobody steals what we see, because everything that we see, you can lose everything, materially speaking. But when you travel, you don't miss anything, because nobody can steal that from you. And there's a question from Diego for you. Do you think the experience make you stronger?
yeah, for sure. I'm another person now. Uh, I grew up. I don't know how to measure how I grew up in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a human being, to give importance to things that really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So um, forget. I don't know how to explain. Forget things like I need a newest car every year. I need money. I need no. You don't need it, these things. You need to be a better human being. You have to develop your respect with other people. You have to enjoy your family. You have to be correct with your things, because uh, the correct things here in Brazil are the correct things
Mm-hmm.
in everywhere. So if you are a right person here, you will be a right person there, and
Yeah.
people will know it and will respect you. So just be you, and enjoy your life. So don't give matter or importance for things that don't need to be considered. So
Mm-hmm. Do you think? Do you think that you have another way of thinking, considering that? What I want to say is, do you think Brazilians are uh, as warm as they were after you came back to Brazil?
yes,
Causes, I mean. Hmm.
sorry,
Bruno, I
could you
asked you.
repeat, please?
I asked you if you think that Australian people are also as warm as Brazilian people. That was my question.
Not at the same level, but they has their principally in the state that I wear,
Mm-hmm.
uh, at the Queensland, Brisbane, Gold Coast. People there are much more relaxed. So if you go to Melbourne, you have people like the Curitiba, São Paulo, and Palmitau. You
Mm-hmm.
have different profiles,
Mm-hmm.
and people different from everywhere.
Yeah.
But in everywhere you have polite people, and you are welcome everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I think that we, because I have a lot of friends from other countries right now, and when we are, because I think Brazilians are very available. We are available to people most of the time, and we show this, and when we show these people that we are also proactive, and we also are always eager to help, they get like wow, how Brazilians are nice. And I
Yeah.
wish I could spread this more and more, because when we make friends from other countries, they think that Brazilians are more and more courageous and warmth all the time. And I think we need to spread this more. I don't know if you agree with me. That's why I asked you about
Yeah.
Australians, if they were so as nice as we are, uh, to help people, you know?
Yeah, I think that we had some syndrome of bad people.
Mm-hmm,
Brazilian has
mm-hmm,
this kind of thinking, but every Australian that I worked for, and the people that I made
mm-hmm,
friendship
mm-hmm,
somehow, uh, everybody says Brazilians are hard workers, Brazilians are reliable,
mm-hmm,
Brazilians are correct people. I love to work with Brazilians. I love to hire Brazilians because they do much more than we ask for.
mm-hmm,
That is the vision that the Australian people that I had contact has for about Brazilian people.
yeah.
They really like Brazilians
Mm-hmm,
everywhere,
mm-hmm,
and I think that the pre-concept that people the Brazilian has with ourselves.
mm-hmm,
If have something wrong, some robbery or some thief around something, that's Brazilian. Oh, that's something broken. Maybe a Brazilian people did this,
mm-hmm.
and it's not true. Brazilian people are loved in Australia.
Yeah.
They really love Brazilians.
I agree with you, because when I travel abroad, people ask me the most weird stuff, you know, like if we wear grass skirts in Brazil, because they only know about Amazon and they think that we wear grass skirts. And I say no, we are normal. Once they asked me if we had snakes on the streets, and I said, of course not, because the only idea they have about Brazil, Carnival and the Amazon, you know. So it makes me a little bit
In
sad.
Australia, they have more snakes and spiders everywhere than here.
Yeah, yeah. I I was told. But let me ask you one other thing that I think is important, because you know now that I have a YouTube channel, and the channel is growing, and I'm doing the interviews and everything is going fine. But what I love to do is teaching, as you know. So the channel is a portfolio for my work. What is your opinion about a person who's not native teaching English in Brazil? Because as I, as I like to tell everybody, and you have seen on my other interviews, I am a Brazilian who speaks English. But do you think, because some people have the mindset, oh, I have to have an American English teacher, or I have to have an Australian English teacher to learn proper English. Do you think that this idea should be changed? How do you see everything? Because I was your teacher and I have studied English for more than 34 years now. And what is your conception about all that?
I think that's nothing, really nothing wrong with have a non-native English speaker as a
Yeah.
teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to thank you, Rodrigo, as my teacher, because when I studied with you at VP, VIP, I don't know if in English is
It doesn't matter.
VIP, and where we studied one to one
Yeah.
and talking to about things that were common for us, the subjects and topics that we used to learn English were good for us,
Mm-hmm.
about Madonna, Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
some another things that we used to talk about during our classes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it was a great chance to learn,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference that we have studying abroad is the thing that you have the immersive opportunity
Uh-huh.
to see and talk and listen English everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the just this thing is the exception to have the experience abroad or living in another country,
Mm-hmm.
because you are living the culture and you are living the language.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you learn or you learn. You don't have
Yeah.
another choice. So
There's no way.
I think
There's
that's
no way to speak Portuguese in the middle of the dialogue when you are speaking English in another country. So.
yes.
Mhm,
After some time there
mhm,
with our Brazilian friends, and my wife went with me there.
mhm,
And at home, we usually talk
mhm,
talk in English,
mhm,
uh, had our conversations in English,
mhm,
in Portuguese, sorry. But mainly it is English. You
mhm,
have to use everywhere.
mhm. I have two more questions for you. The first one is, what did you bring from Australia to Brazil, and what did you take from Brazil to Australia? What did you bring for you from there, and what did you leave there for people?
You say about
I mean,
experience, or
something from Australia that you brought to Brazil, like I want to do this when I am in Brazil, and something that you left there for people, like being friendly, talking to everybody,
okay.
you know?
I bring my boomerang, and I don't know how to say that in English,
Mm.
but the scrotal bag of the kangaroo
Wow.
with a
The
thing to
nutsack
open, a
kangaroo.
bottle opener.
Wow.
It is
Wow.
funny to and I brought Vegemite as well.
Wow.
Have you
There's a
tried
question.
Vegemite before?
There's a question from Diego for you. When you came back to Brazil, having the experience of living overseas, does it make you more competitive when it comes to find a job?
Sure, sure, Diego. It has made a real difference, because when I decided to return to Brazil, I started sending my resume everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I got 2 or 3 interviews when I was in Australia. So I traveled for 20 days, I think, before I come back to Brazil. So I traveled around Brisbane, in Melbourne, traveled through Sydney and through the New Zealand
Mm-hmm.
before return. And
Mm-hmm.
during this journey, I was doing some interviews,
Mm-hmm.
and the day that I arrived here in Brazil, I got my first job offer. And 1 month after this job offer, I got the second job offer with
Mm-hmm.
this job that I'm now. And if I doesn't have the English skills, this job weren't for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working in the gaming industry today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the CFO for this studio in Londrina. Our clients are all of our clients are from abroad, so from Canada, from Europe, many countries in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to use English every day. So it made make me stronger as professional.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. I believe so because I like to say that there's not um, Australian English, American English, British English. There's international English today because
Yeah.
English opens doors. It helps you on your endeavors. When you prepare a resume, it helps you in everything. So, but I want to tell you that it was really nice to see you again, because I don't have any time. I have been working like crazy. Deixa eu falar só um pouquinho em português agora, porque tem um pessoal pra gente falar português. Eu tô trabalhando feito louco. O canal tá despontando. Eu adoro dar aula. É o que eu te falei. O canal é simplesmente um portfólio do meu trabalho. Vou continuar com o canal, tá me dando grandes alegrias, mas o que eu gosto mesmo é de dar aula de inglês, e muitos alunos de fora, o que você disse, nesse ano, digamos assim, pandêmico ou diferente, muita gente me descobriu, né? Eu já te falei, e eu fico muito contente com isso, e no canal tem todas as informações, e tiveram pessoas que perguntaram assim, por que entrevista? Também faço os vídeos rápidos, como eu falei para você, mas as entrevistas, elas são curtas e prendem atenção. Tem entrevistas mais longas, tem gente de todo canto, gente adorável de todo canto, e eu quis trazer você porque a sua história, a gente era vizinho, a gente é amigo, tudo. Então eu falei, não, daí aquele dia você conversou comigo por aqui, eu falei, não, tive a ideia, o estalo na hora, porque você tinha que falar o que era essa experiência de morar fora. E eu acho que isso te acrescentou muito, né?
Sim.
Porque você já era, antes de ir para a Austrália, isso é minha opinião pessoal, você já era muito maduro, né? Você já sabia os passos que a gente tinha que tomar e que a gente tinha que viver quando você era bem mais novo, com seus 20 e poucos anos. E agora que você teve experiência, isso só chancelou a sua carreira e a sua vida, né? Quando eu conheço muito bem a sua história, você sabe disso, você conhece muito bem a minha, e eu acho que isso foi muito importante. Mas eu acho que eu vou ficar velhinho e vou estar ensinando inglês, entendeu? Tipo, porque é o que eu me vejo fazendo, ou ensinando, ou falando, ou aprendendo. Mas a gente se sabe e a gente vê quem é meus filhos hoje. O Bruno está com 12 anos. Então você fala, olha, você tem que aprender inglês. Daí ele vira para mim e fala assim, ele está indo para a escola com a mãe dele, mas ele está indo. Ele fala para mim assim, enquanto eu tenho você para falar para mim, eu aprendo. Eu falei, meu querido, é o seguinte, se você for viajar, você vai sozinho. Você não vai viajar comigo, entendeu? Daí a filha dele caiu. Mas, Bruno, eu acho que é isso mesmo. Eu acho que se você é um CFO today, that's what matters. So every day count. You know, if you went to Australia and you had the experience, and I think you deserve it all. You deserve it all and much more. All right. So
Thanks,
what are the
Rodrigo.
plans for next year? Once we are ending 2020, after we are free, what are the plans for next year? What do you do?
This year, with 34, I decided that I have to enjoy everything that I conquered during my whole life. So I have to enjoy more. I just bought a new home, and it will be ready, I think that in April. So I have to enjoy my mom, my sister, my wife, and everyone that is near of us. Because as I said before, this is what really matters. And I need to enjoy my job and the things that I have, because since I started with my degree in 2005, Yeah, I never stopped studying.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying every year
Yeah.
since there. I have now three postgrad my degree,
Mm-hmm.
three post graduations,
Mm-hmm.
and these 2 years, almost 2 years living in Australia.
Yeah.
So now I have to enjoy my life. I
Mm-hmm.
have to calm down and relax and enjoy everything that I got until here.
Of course. I only have to thank you for taking your time to talk to me. It was really wonderful. There are people arriving now. If you have any more questions for Bruno, these are the last minutes. And I wish you all the best. And when all this thing goes away, I hope we can meet again and laugh, because I
Sure.
remember that I made you like a song from Maria Rita in Portuguese. Muito pouco, because when I told you about the lyrics of the song, you said, "Wow, this is really the good song." And I remember that I made you get addicted by that song.
Yeah,
So
I'm
they,
still
I
addicted to Maria Rita until this
we
day.
have amazing stories together. Thank you very much. It was awesome. Your English is
Thank you,
really
Rodrigo.
good.
Sorry for my mistakes with
No, no,
the
no.
English. And
Everybody makes
congrats for
mistakes.
your initiative and for your project.
Thank you.
I hope that you have success and peace in your heart to keep
Thank
going and doing great things as you have done uh, since I met you first.
thank you.
Thank you.
Eu só vou falar em português agora para o pessoal que está aqui. Se inscrevam no canal, por favor, tá? Mas é um canal de familiar para a gente aprender inglês, então é uma coisa muito legal. É só procurar lá, Rod, the Brazilian English Teacher, que vocês acham. E se quiserem fazer inglês comigo, acho que o Bruno atesta um pouquinho. E a gente, é só me procurar também, todos os contatos estão por aí. Thank you very much. Oh, my friend Aron just joined. He's from Italy. Aron, this is Bruno. He's you are
I have Italian blood
right?
here.
Huh?
I have Italian blood here.
Yeah, his father was Italian. So can you speak in Italian a little bit?
Capisco un poco, però no parlo.
Did you understand Aron? He lives in Milan, so we are really good friends, and he arrived now because maybe he was doing something else. But Bruno, as I was saying, it was really nice to have you. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you soon in person. He said bravissimo para você. He said bravissimo. His father was Italian, right, Bruno?
Yes.
Yeah.
My grandparents came from Australia, escaping from the Great War.
Do you have
And
double citizenship?
not yet.
Not yet. It's a work in
Not
progress,
yet.
right?
Yes. I have all the documents, but I have to go there
Mm-hmm.
to do the process.
You have to go to Italy or
To Italy. Yeah.
okay. Nice. Listen, before we finish, send my love to your mom, to your sister, because
Thank you.
I see them in a long time. Your grandmother, everybody, So
A huge hug for your whole family, your father, and
I will.
a special one for Talita.
Everybody's crazy here. Thank you so much. It was really lots of Italian are there in Australia. Rome said.
Yes. I made friends with Italian friends there.
Yeah, he lived in Australia for 1.5 years or so. But Bruno, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here with me. All the best. I hope we can see each other in person very soon. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody. Thank you.